bhutani jayante. Mind is Brahman. From mind all beings are born. From mind all beings are sustained. By mind all beings are sustained, and again all beings enter into mind. Right. Tad vijnaya punareva varunam pitram upasara adhihi bhagavo brahmeti tamho vacha tapasa. Again Varuna said, go and do tapasya. Again Varuna said, go and do tapasya. So again he did. What is the next level answer? Vijnanam brahmeti vyajanat vijnanadyeva khalvimani bhutani jayante vijnanena jatani jivanti vijnanam prayatya abhisamvishanti iti. So the cycle of vijnana, which is discovery, research, intellectualization, intelligent level of analytical thinking, that is Brahman. Tad vijnaya punareva varanam pitram upasara. Again he went and told Adhi bhagavo brahmeti taho vacha tapasa brahm. Again he said, you perform tapasya. So again he went. So 5 times this cycle went on. Finally he said, Anando brahmeti vyajanat. Anandasyeva khalvimani bhutani jayante. Anandena jatani jivanti. Anandam prayatya abhisamvishanti iti. Finally, what is the purpose or motive for all beings to be born or to exist or to die? It is Ananda. Therefore, Ananda is Brahma. Tesham bhargavi varuni vidya parame vyoman pratisthita. This knowledge of Bhrigu, Varuni, established in the highest heaven. He who knows this becomes established. He becomes an eater of food, possessing food. He becomes great in offspring, in cattle, in the splendor of sacred knowledge, and great in fame. The Rishi has expressed here very clearly that the art of learning knowledge or Brahmavidya is not subordinate to any man in particular, but resides in the unending sky. The curious devotee like Prabhu may have accessed that knowledge by virtue of enhancing his experience through the penance, and thus as a result of bringing gradual reforms until the ultimate mystery of knowledge is dissolved before him. So, what is the summary of this 5 times cycles of inquiry of Raghu with Varuna? Now, yesterday we have gone through the Panchakosha analysis. Can anybody tell what is the meaning behind this Raghu Varuna interaction 5 times cycles?
Maybe from the subtler to the subtlest, understanding from the subtler form to the subtlest form.
Yes. So now actually there are 2 things, yesterday and today. Why is it done twice? Any idea? Yesterday it was not about the universe. It was about the self. The Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha, Anandamaya Kosha. These are 5 bodies or 5 sheaths of the same individual. That was a subject yesterday, but today it is about the universe. Same thing in the external universe. That means these 5 levels are there both inside and outside. That is first conclusion. Yes or no? You understand what I am saying, all of you?
Yes.
Now the other question that arises is, what is the message we are getting from saying it is both inside and outside? Because the same individual consciousness is also the cosmic consciousness. So, yat pinde tad brahmande, there is one statement in Sanskrit. What is there, whatever is there in the individual, the same thing is there in the universe, and vice versa. That is the meaning behind the Vishwarupa, also shown in Bhagavad Gita. So the self or consciousness, it can be considered as individual consciousness with 5 levels of reality: Anna, Prana, Manas, Vijnana, and Ananda. Or the universal consciousness, Brahman, can also be shown in 5 levels of bodies or 5 levels of sheaths or 5 levels of layers. That is Anna, Prana, Manas, Vijnana, and Ananda. So this is a very profound philosophical message. So This will finally go to the pointing to the fact that Aham Brahmasmi, this I am Atma Brahma, this individual self is Brahman. That has been said in the Mundaka Upanishad. And Aham Brahmasmi comes in another Upanishad, Tattvamasi comes in another Upanishad. All belong to 4 different Vedas, 4 Mahavakyas, great sentences. Prajnanam Brahma, Ayam Atma Brahma, Tattvamasi, Aham Brahmasmi, all these statements are Mahavakyas. So here he is giving a hint of that without saying it directly, by giving common layers of bodies or realities. Annam na parichakshita tad vratam apova annam jyotiranna apsu jyoti pratishtitam jyotirshya pratishtita tadeda annam anne pratishtitam sa etad annam anne pratishtitam veda pratitishthati annavan nado mahan bhavati rajaya pashubhir brahmavarchase mahan kitya. One should not despise food. That is the rule. Water verily is food. Food comprises of water. Light is an eater of food. Light is established on water. Water is established on light. So food is established on food. Annam, he who knows that food which is founded on food becomes established. All these statements are conveying some secret messages. If you understand, you'll get to know. Otherwise, it looks meaningless. He who knows that food which is founded on food becomes established. He becomes an eater of food, possessing food. He becomes great in offspring, cattle, and splendor of sacred knowledge, great in fame. The splendor or brilliance can be felt easily in water when the luster of the pearl or any radiant thing recedes. It is said that its water has receded or its shining has faded. Annam bahugurvita tadvratam prithvicha va annam akasho annadaha prithvyam akasha pratishtitam akashe prithvi pratishthita tadetad annam anne pratishtitam sa etad annam anne pratishtitam veda pratishtishthati annavan nado bhavati annavan annado bhavati mahan bhavati prajaya pashubhi brahmavarchasena mahan kirtya. One should make for himself food, and that is the rule. The earth verily is food. Space is an eater of food. Space is established on earth. The earth is established on space. So food is established on food. He who cares that food which is established on food becomes established. He becomes an eater of food, possessing food. He becomes great in offspring, in cattle, in the splendor of sacred knowledge, great in fame. A giver of food is prospered accordingly. The earth in the sky can be seen apparently, but to know the location of sky in the earth, it is necessary to reckon with the atomic structure. We see that as per science, the center part of an atom is nucleus and the electrons revolve around it. The space emit the revolving electrons and nucleus equals the space between earth and sun. This space between the two particles of the atom is sky. Thus, in every solid matter, there is sky or space. That is what is meaning, one of the interpretations to the meaning conveyed in these statements. Nakachanam vasatau pratyachakshita tad vratam tasmadhyaya kaya cha vidhaya bahunnam prapnuyat bahvannam prapnuyat आराध्यस्य अन्नमित्याचक्षते एतद्वै मुखतो अन्नाद्धं मुखतोऽस्मान्न राध्यते एतद्वै मध्यतोऽन्नराध्यं मध्यतोऽस्मान्न राध्यते एतद्वा अन्ततोऽन्नराद्धम् अन्ततोऽस्मान्न राध्यते एवं वेद क्षेम इति वाचि योगक्षेम इति प्राणापानयोः कर्मेति हस्तयोः गतिरिति पादयोः विमुक्तिरिति पायोः इति मानुषी समाज्ञाः अथ दैवी तृप्तिरिति पृष्ठौ बलमिति विद्युति. One should not refuse anyone at one's dwelling. That means you should always provide food for whosoever comes to your house. That is the rule. Therefore, in any way whatsoever, one should obtain food of such a one would say food has succeeded for him. This food verily being prepared at the beginning for him. Food is prepared at the beginning. And the food verily being prepared in the middle. For him, food is prepared in the middle. This food verily being prepared at the end. For him, the food is prepared at the end. For him who knows this. Manifestation of Brahman as food. Annam Brahmet Vijaniyat. Anna, food is manifestation of God. As preservation in speech, acquisition and preservation, Yoga Kshema. In breath and off breath, Pranapana, work in hands, motion in the feet, evacuation in the anus. All these are human recognitions of Brahman as food. So food activities centric, all other activities are being described. Now divine satisfaction in rain, strength in the lightning. Yasha iti pasushu, jyotiriti nakshatreshu, prajapatiramrutamananda ityupasthe, sarvamityakashe tat pratishthetupasita, pratishthavan bhavati tanmaha ityupasita, mahan bhavati tanmana ityupasita, mahan bhavati tanmana ityupasita, manavan bhavati. Splendor in cattle, light in the stars, procreation, immortality and bliss in the generative organs. All these are in space. The worshipper thereof appropriates the object of his worship. One should worship it as foundation. One then becomes possessed of a foundation. One should worship it as greatness. Then one becomes great. One should worship it as in mind. Then one becomes possessed of mindfulness. Tatramayityupasita navyante asmai kamaha tad brahmotyupasita brahmavan bhavati tad brahmanaha Parimara ityupasita paryena mriyante dvishantah sampanna sapatnaha parihe apriya bhratravya yes sayasyayam purushe yasya savaditye saekah saevam vid asman lokan pretya etamannamayamatmanam upasangramyapya etam pranamayamatmanam upasangramya etam manomayamatmanam upasangramya etam vijnanamayamaatmanam upasangramya etam mayamaatmanam upasangramya iman lokan kamanni kamarupyanusancharan etat sasagayatraste ha u. He who knows this on departing from this world, proceeding on to that self, which consists of food, proceeding on to that self, which consists of breath, proceeding on to that self, which consists of mind, proceeding on that self, which consists of understanding or vijnana, proceeding on to that self, which consists of bliss or ananda, goes up and down these worlds, eating what he desires, assuming what form he desires. He sits singing this chant, the Sama chant which I sang just now. Oh, wonderful, oh, wonderful, oh, wonderful. Ahamannam, ahamannam, apahannam, ahamannam, 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 ahamannado, ahamannado, ahamannadah, aham slokakrudah, slokakrudah, slokakrit, ahamasmit pradhamajarutasya, purvam devebhyo amrutasya navai, yo mam dadati aideva mavah, ahamannam, ahamannaman, adantamadmi, aham vishwam bhuvana bhavya bhavam suvarna jyoti ya evam ve ityupanishad. I am food, I am food, I am food, I am food eater, I am food eater, I am food eater, I am fame maker, I am fame maker, I am fame maker, I am firstborn in the world order, earlier than gods in the navel of immortality. Who gives me away, he indeed has aided me. I who am food, eat, the eater of food, I who have overcome the whole world. He who knows this as brilliantly shining light, such is the mystic doctrine Upanishad. Om Shanno Mitrasham Varunaha Shanno Bhavatvaryama Shanna Indro Bruhaspatihi Shanno Mitra Rukramaha Namaste Vayu Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma Vadishyami Ritam Vadishyami Satyam Vadishyami Tanmavatu Tadvaktaram Avatu Avatu Mam Bhavatu Bhaktaram. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So the Taittiriya Upanishad is completed. Now, if you have any questions on Taittiriya Upanishad as a whole, today and yesterday, you can ask me now. It's very profound Upanishads. It has given many important instructions. The convocation address, and the Pancha Koshas, both inside the individual and also in the universe, and equating the individual with the universal and showing the path towards moksha. And as I said, Taittiriya Upanishad is part of the Taittiriya Samhita of Yajurveda. And Bhrigu was living in a place near border of Haryana and Rajasthan, near a mountain. I went to that place, and after that he left India. I mean, he left North India and went to Gujarat, and from Gujarat he went to Iran, and his Shukracharya, who is also in the same lineage, was in Iran, and that's why the Asuras, Ahura Mazda, they call the Parsis. Ahura is Asura, and Syria is Suriya. Assyrian is Assyrian, that is Asurian. So all these stories which we'll see in the TV serials and in Puranas, they happened not only in India but even in other countries which are now different countries, but originally they are all same. So right from Syria, Jordan, and Iraq and Iran, and all these were covered. And of course Gandhara, which is Afghanistan. Along with India, this entire zone was the place of action for all these Vedic rishis and their followers and their wars. Like, for example, in Turkey, in a place called Bogoskoy, there's an inscription mentioning that a war was closed by a treaty invoking Mitra Varuna. Mitra Varuna are the deities of the Rig Veda. So that Bogoskoy inscription is around 1500 BC. It is there even today. So Turkey, all these countries were just our own people who were Vedic people who were exercising their powers and their life. And it is all greater India, so to say. I'm talking of 10,000 years, and after that, not even more. Because this Ice Age was there 10,000 years ago, and during the Ice Age, there was a land route to Americas also, because the water froze. So people walked from Asia to America. That's how we have in South America the traces of Asian culture, the Southeast Asian people, and all originating from Indian culture. Any discussion or questions? We have a few more days left. We'll close on 5th or 6th June. We have 5 days left, I think. So we will cover some more Upanishads, important ones, like, for example, Aitareya, Shvetashvetra. Shvetashvetra is one where the yoga is in a big way brought out. Rodaranyaka Upanishad is very big, we cannot take it up. Are you all there? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How much time we have today? Now?
Now it's 11:30, sir.
Okay, we have a lot of time. We can start another Upanishad. We'll start the Shvetashvetra Upanishad. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. This Upanishad falls under the Krishna Yajurveda, just as the Taittiriya Upanishad also was. There are 6 chapters in it. The ground reason for the genesis of this world has been asked in this first chapter. It has been described here. The position looms in dark, even if long discussion made. The creation on the basis of perception through meditation is a cycle and particular flow. The root element, the necessity to know the element of Supreme Soul, its significance and nature of living organism, the nature of God and also Supreme Soul, the enjoyer and enjoyable, etc. Now I want to make a few comments about the issue of God and the nature of God and the creation and all this. In Christian and other scriptures, they have a very oversimplified version of creation and the nature of God and nature of creation from God. They'll tell as if it is some kind of cock and bull story with Adam and Eve and all that kind of stuff. As a result, the reaction came from the modern society in terms of atheism, agnosticism, and skepticism. They reject religion. About 50 to 60% of the people in the world today, in the Western world, are atheists or agnostics or skeptics. They don't accept any religion. The main cause for that is the oversimplified cock and bull story kind of descriptions given in the Bible or in Quran regarding the creation of the universe or regarding nature of God, if God exists. So whereas in the Vedas and Upanishads, no such cock and bull stories are given. Very detailed question answering debate was made. Like for example, here in the Svetasvatara Upanishad, there is a question is being asked. What is the first cause? Om Brahmavadino vadanti kim karanam brahma kutasma yata jivama kena kvacha sampratishtha. Just as in Kena Upanishad, there are questions asked. Whereas in other religions, no questions are to be asked. You just have to accept or otherwise you will be punished. So the discourse on Brahman or Brahmavadi is the first question is what is the cause? The cause of causes. Because all events that happen in the world have a cause. And all these causes have another cause which is original cause. That is creation. What is the cause of creation? Is it Brahman? What is Brahman? Whence we are born? From where we have come? The origin, the genesis. Whereby do we live? And what are we established? Overruled by whom? In pains and pleasures. Do we live our various conditions? Kim karanam brahma kutah smajata jivama kena pratishtha adhishtata kena sukhe tareshu vartamahe brahmavido vyavastham kala swabhavo niryati yadricha bhutani yoni purusha iti chintyam samyoga esham tvatma bhavadatma anisha sukha dukkha heto. Do we live in various conditions? O you Brahmavadis, you answer. Time, kala, or inherent nature, swabhava, or necessity, niyati, or chance, yadricha. Kala is time, swabhava is inherent nature, niyati is the necessity, what is going to happen. Yadricha, chance or randomness. Bhutani yoni purusha iti chintyam, or the elements, the bhutas, or yoni, a female yoni, or a male person, purusha. Samyogesham tvatma bhavad atmapyam anishah sukha dukkha heto. Not a combination of these because of the existence of the soul. The soul certainly is important over the cause of pleasure and pain. Te dhyana yoga anugata apashyan devatma shaktim swagunav nirgudham yak karanani nikhilani tani kalatma yuktani adhitishtat yekaha. Those who followed after meditation, dhyana and abstraction, yoga, saw the self-power, Atma Shakti of God, Deva, hidden in his own qualities, guna. He is the one who rules over all these causes from time to the soul. The recognition of Brahman cannot possibly on mere discussion, but it is sensitivity of the soul under meditation that penetrates the cover of properties and enables to realize the supreme element. So, blind belief is the cause of fanatic behavior on one side, and its reaction, which is atheistic, agnostic attack. So, in our scriptures, both are not encouraged, neither blind belief nor rejection, atheistic rejection. So here he is making a statement that Dhyana Yoga Anugata. So whatever answers you want to get, it can be, those answers can be gotten only in meditation, dhyana. So in dhyana, because in Bhagavad Gita also he said, Dhyanena Atmani Pashyanti. People see the self in dhyana. Apashyan Devam Devatma Shaktim Swagunair Nirgudham Yak Karanan Nihilani Tani Kalatma Yuktya Adhitishthatyeka. Tamekanoami Trivrutam Shodashantam Shatatharam Vishati Prachayati Ashtakai Shadbhi Vishwarupai Rupaikapasham Vimargapedam Vinimittamai Vinimittaikamoham. We understand him as wheel with one belly, a triple tree tire, with 16 end parts, 50 spokes, 20 counter spokes, with 6 sets of 8s and 1 rope in manifold, which has 3 different parts, which one illusion, moha, has 2 conditioning parts. The complete pattern arrangement to this universe has been described in the form of a wheel. The name is meant for the periphery, the prakriti that fastens the wheel, and 3 circles are meant for the 3 properties, sattva, raja, and tamas. 16 hearts are the joint of the periphery from beginning to the end. These have been described in the 4th and 5th hymn. Under the 6th question as contemplated Prashnopanishad also, these questions were answered. The 50 columns are the contradiction, powerlessness, satiation, etc. 50 prefixes. Similarly, the attitudes of heart feeling has been classified into 50 forms. The 20 other auxiliary columns are the 10 sensory organs, 5 subjects, and 5 breathings, 5 pranas. It is not clear what that which has been said as Ashtaka in the wheel. Further, each out of these 6 have 8 kinds, which are nature, the marrow, Ashtadhatus, marrow, and spirits, divine species, and specific merits. The 3 roots are performing great deeds, committing crimes, and acquiring knowledge, while 2 objectives are good deeds and evils. All these are revolving around nucleus of attachment. So just like the Urdhvamula Madhashakam, the wheel similarly also is being given. Panchasrotram Panchayod Rugravakram Panchapranormi Panchabuddhyadimulat Panchavatta Panchadukhaya Dukhaukavega Panchashadvedam Panchaparvamadhika. We understand him as a river of 5 streams from 5 sources, impetuous and crooked, whose waves are the 5 vital breaths or 5 pranas, whose original source is 5-fold perception. With 5 whirlpools and impetuous flood of 5-fold misery, divided into 5 distresses with 5 branches. Sarva jive sarva samsthe bruhante tasmin hamso bhat ramyate brahmachakre prathagatmanam praritaram chavatva jushtastasthena amritatvameti. In this, which vital all things, which appear on all things, in this Brahma wheel, the soul hamsa flutters about, thinking that self, Atman, and the actuator are different. When favored by him, it attains immortality. So in our philosophy, things are very abstract, very complex, and they have to be understood through meditation only. No simple cock and bull stories are provided. Udgitametat param tu brahma tasmin strayam supratishthāksharam cha annantaram brahmavido viditva lina brahmani satparayoni mukta. This has been sung as Supreme Brahman. In it, there is a triad. It is the firm support, the imperishable. By knowing what is there in Brahma, knowers become merged in Brahma. This is another thing. Brahmavid Brahmaev bhavati. If you get knowledge of Brahman, you become Brahman. Intent thereon liberated from the womb of rebirth. Samyuktametat ksharam aksharam cha vyakta vyaktam bharate vishvamishaha Anischatma budhyate bhotrubhava jnatva devam muchyate sarva papai. That which is joined together as perishable and imperishable, as manifest and unmanifest. Now without the Lord, The soul Atman is bound because of being enjoyer. By known God, Deva, one is released from all fetters. So the importance is given towards release, moksha. Jnajnau dvavajavisana shavaja yoka bhoktu bhoga thayukta anantaschatma vishwarupo hyakarta trayam yada vindate brahmametat. There are two unborn ones, the knowing Lord and the unknowing individual, the omnipotent and the impotent. She, the nature Prakriti, too is unborn, who is connected with the enjoyer and objects of enjoyment. Now the soul Atman is infinite and universal in attitude. When one finds out this triad, that is Brahma. What is the triad? What are the three things? In all spirituality, philosophy, religion, theology, theosophy, you get three basic entities. The individual soul or jiva, then the Ishvara, then the Prakriti, nature. So the interaction between these three is the sum and substance of all religious ideologies. Whether they are all three are together or they are separate, and whether Jiva and Brahma are same, in which case it is Advaita. But if Jiva and Brahma are different, it is Dvaita. If Jiva and Brahma are partly different but finally one, it is Visishtadvaita. And Prakriti and Ishvara are one and the same, or manifest and then manifest. They are different. If it is different, it is Traita. If it is same, it is Dvaita and Advaita. Jnatva devam sarva pashapaha nikshinaik kleshaiर्जन्म मृत्युंग्रहाणि तस्याभिध्यानास्तृतीय देह भेदे विश्वैश्वर्यं केवलाप्तकामः. By knowing God, one becomes free from all bonds, with distress destroyed. There is cessation of birth and death. By meditating upon Him, there is a third stage of dissolution of the body. Even universal Lordship being absolute, His desire is satisfied. Etajneyam nityamevātmasamstham nātah param veditāvyam hi kinchit bhokta bhogyam preritam cha matva sarvam proktam trividham brahmametat. The eternal should be known as present in the self, Atma Samstha. Truly, there is nothing higher than that to be known. If you realize God in your own heart, that is the ultimate realization. When one recognizes the enjoyer, the object of enjoyment, and the universal actuator, all has been said. This is the threefold Brahma. Vahner yatha yonigatasya murtirna drishyate naiva cha linganashaha sabhuya evendhana yoni gruhyastvo bhayam vai pranavena dehe. Made manifest like latent fire by the exercise of meditation. As the material form murti of fire when latent in its source, it is not perceived, and yet there is no evanishment of the subtle form, linga, but may be caught again by means of the drill in its source. So the answers to profound philosophical questions are available in mystic descriptions of this kind. Sadeha smaranim krutva. Now this is a very famous statement. You also can chant along with me. Swadeham. All of you chant Swadeham Aranim Krutva Pranavam Chottararinam Dhyana Nirmadhanabhyasat Devam Pashyet Nigudhavat. Devam Pashyet Nigudhavat. I will explain once again. Swadeham Aranim Krutva Pranavam cha Uttararanim Dhyana Nirmadhanabhyasat Devam Pashyet Nigudhavat. Now, I don't know if you have seen any time a yajna being performed. They don't use matchsticks to lit the fire. Have anybody seen this? They use what is called arani. They have two sticks. There is one stick with a hole, with a ditch, and another stick matching that. Then they will go on rubbing it, rupturing it. They put a rope and move it forward and backward. It's friction, rupturing it and because of that friction rupts, there comes a spark. They will keep a cotton piece there, and that cotton piece will catch fire. No matchsticks are used. You understand what I'm saying? There is a wooden ditch kind of an object that is called arani, and on that they'll keep another wood which is matching that ditch, and they'll keep cotton piece there, and that top wooden plank will be rubbed very harsh by tying a rope. It will be like this, very harsh rubbing. Then finally sparks come out, and those sparks will catch fire in the cotton. So your body, Swadeham, Arani, that is the first part of wooden plank is your body. Make it to your body. And Pranavam Chotra, Pranava, Omkaram is the second wooden piece. And that Mathanam is Dhyana. So you perform that Mathanam, Dhyana Nirmathana Abhyasad Devam, then you will be able to, Devam Pashyat, you will see God, Nigodha Vat, is a secret, who is hidden. Because where is this fire hidden? The fire is hidden in the wood only. So the God is hidden in you. But with the Vadhanam or practice of meditation as a discipline of rubbing hard, then you will get that spark which will be catching fire. Titneshu tailam, tileshu tailam, dadhaniva sarpirapasrotas svaraneshu chatmani, evam atmanatmani gruhyato satyenainam tapasayo anupashyati. As oil in sesame seeds, til mein tail jaisa, दधनीव सर्पिहि, दधि में घी जैसा, स्रोतस्वराणुषाग्निः, and नदी में पानी जैसा, as fire in the friction sticks. And so is the soul Atman apprehended in one's own soul if one looks for him with true austerity. So with true tapasya, if you look for God, you will find God in your own heart. सर्वव्यापिनमात्मानं क्षीरे सर्पिरिवार्पितम् आत्मविद्या तपो मूलं तद् ब्रह्मोपनिषत् परं तद् ब्रह्मोपनिषत् परम् इति. Sarvavyapinam, the self which is spread everywhere, and it is like ghee or butter inside the milk. It is spread everywhere. Atmavidya tapo moolam tad brahmopanishadam Upanishad Param Tad Brahmo Upanishad Param. This Brahma Param Upanishad is Atma Vidya. It can be reached to the realization. So this is chapter 1 completed for Shvetashvatara Upanishad. We will continue the Shvetashvatara Upanishad tomorrow. Chapter 2 will continue tomorrow. Did you understand something in Shvetashvatara Upanishad? Now you can ask me any questions and discussion, and after that we'll close. Yes.
Any questions, please?
How much time we have? It's over? Time is over?
11:47, sir. It's almost done.
No, we still have time, 10 minutes.
Yeah, we have 13 minutes.
I'll continue. I'll continue with chapter 2, which are the quotations from the Yajurveda itself. Now, as I was telling you some time back, when I was very young, studying in engineering college, I made a note of various mantras of Yajurveda, which are dealing with the subject of yoga.
Okay.
Now, the word yoga itself does not exist in all the Vedas. But what exists is the root yuj.
Which is actually from Rigveda, sir?
No, this is Yajurveda.
Okay.
So now the root yuj becomes yoga in noun form, the verb root yuj. So that yuj becomes yunjate. Now I have noted down many mantras from the Yajurveda dealing with root yuj, which is obviously dealing with the subject of yoga. And after 30 years, when I was in NIC, I was a director there. I had a lot of books. I purchased Shvetashvatara Upanishad. I was reading just like now I'm reading. I found exactly those quotations which I noted down in my diary reappearing in the Shvetashvatara Upanishad. Then I realized how Upanishads are created. Upanishads are created by extracting, deriving from the Vedic mantras. So these statements which are coming now in the chapter 2 are directly from the Yajurveda. Yunjana prathamam manastattvaya savita dhiyah agner jyotir nichayvya pradhivya adhyavarat. Yunjana prathamam manastattvaya savita dhiyah agner jyotir nichachya pradhivya adhyavarat. Savitru is sun god or true sun, the Parabrahman, first controlling the mind, Yunjana Pradhamam Manaha, controlling the mind and thought for truth. Sat Tattvaya Savitadhiyaha, discerned the light of Agni and brought it out to the earth. Agner Jyoti Nirchaya Prithivyacha. Yesterday in a session we were discussing about the Veda and its interpretation. It's very tough to interpret Veda because of various complex statements given there. Yuktena manasa vayam devasya savitussave suvargeyaya shaktya. Yuktena manasa, with mind controlled, vayam, we are in the inspiration of the god Savitru. Savitru is sun, but through sun Parabrahman. For what purpose? For heaven and strength. Suvargeyaya shaktya. That means we control our mind and meditate on the Lord, and we get strength and we get welfare. Yuktyaya manasa devam suvaryato dhiya divam vrahajyotik karishyata savita prasuvatitan. With mind having controlled the powers that are unto bright heaven through thought do go. May Savitru inspire them and that they make me mighty light. Yunjate mana, this is a very famous statement. You can also chant along with me. Yunjate mana uta yunjate dhiyo viprasya ruhato vipaschitah vihotra dadhe vayuna videka inmahi devasya savituh parishtutihi. Yunjate manauta yunjate dhiyo viprasya bruhatah vipaschitah. Vipraha, that means scholarly, knowledgeable jnanis or yogis, they join, yunjate, join what? Their minds, mana, and dhiya, their intellects. With whom? They join with Brihataha Vipaschitaha, with Brahman, the biggest. Brihat means big, very big. Brihat Tattvat Brahman, that which is infinite, eternal, Vipaschita, full of knowledge. Vihotra dadhe vayuna videka inmahi devasya savitu parishtuti. And we praise that divine power, just like Gayatri Mantra says, Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. So Vihotra dadhe vayuna videka inmahi devasya savitu parishtuti. We have praise to that supreme power which is effulgent and radiant. The one who knows, rules, has arranged, mighty the chorus praise of the Lord Savitru. This is one. Yujeva brahma purvyam tapobhir vishlokam metu pathyeva suraha srunvantu visve amrutasya putra aye dhamani divyani tastu. This is a very important statement. Yujeva brahma purvam namobhir vishloka et pathyeva suraha Shrunvantu Visve Amrutasya Putra Aye Dhamani Divyani Tasyuhu. O children of immortality, you can reach the heavenly levels. Come on. Aye Dhamani Divyani Tastu. Yujeva Brahma Purvo Namo Virvishloka Et Pachyasu. Sura, scholarly, knowledgeable people. Amrutasya putraha is the word used for all of us as children of immortality. But actually, I have one photograph which I will take and put in our WhatsApp group. It shows, the title of that photograph is Amrutasya Putra. There are about 46 top saints all together. Shankaracharya, Buddha, Ramanacharya, everybody all in a group photo. Is it possible that they all met together and had a group photo? Because they belong to different periods of time. It is not possible physically for them to meet, but we can make them meet in the photograph. Agniryatra vayuryatra abhibhujyate somo yatra abhirichyate tatra sanjayate manaha. Where is the mind born? Agniryatra abhimanthyate. Where the fire is being kindled. Vayuryatra abhiyujyate. Where the vayu will join, where soma will join, that is where the mind is born. Savitra prasavena jusheta brahma purvam tatyonim krunavasena hite purvamakshinan. With Savitra as inspirer, one should delight the ancient prayers Brahma Purvyam. Trirunnatam sthapya samam shariram hridindriyani manasa sannirudhya brahmodupena pratareta vidvan srotramsi sarvani bhayavahani. Holding this body steady with the three upper parts erect and causing the sense with the mind to enter into the heart. The wise man with Brahma Bhava both should cross over the all fear-bringing streams. All kinds of passions are originate from the heart. In case these ambitions are inserted in the heart, the pleasure of all senses can be pursued within the heart, and a man need not to wander again and to and fro. The whole yoga process system is being explained. Pranan prapidyeha sayukta cheshtah kshine prane nasikayo chvasita drishtvaschayuktamiva vahan menam vidwan manodharayet apramattaha. Having repressed his breaths here in this body and having his movements checked, one should breathe through his nostrils with diminished breath. Like that chariot yoked with vicious horses, his mind, the wise man, should restrain undistractedly. The yoga process is being described. Pranan prapidyeha sayukta cheshta kshine prane nasikayochvasita dushtashva yuktamiva vahamevam vidvan manodharayet apramattaha. Like the horses are controlled by reins, a vidwan will control his mind by his buddhi. Sameshu Shakara, and he is explaining the place of meditation, Nihara Dhuma, and all this we have discussed in other Upanishads. Here also he is describing again, in a clean level spot, free from pebbles, fire and gravel, by the sound of water and other properties, favorable to thought, not offensive to the eye, in a hidden retreat, protected from the wind, you should practice yoga. Manonukule tu chakshupidane guha nivatashrayane prayojaye nihara dhumar kanalagninalam khajjota vidyus patika sasinam etani rupani purammarani brahman abhivyaktikarani yot. Fog, smoke, sun, fire, wind, etc., etc. These are the preliminary appearances which produce the manifestation of Brahma in yoga. So the great yogis like Lord Buddha and others, when they have performed their penance and tapasya, they have seen these sights, what they are being described here. Fog, smoke, sun, fire, wind, fireflies, lightning, crystal, moon. These are the preliminary appearances which produce the manifestation of Brahman in yoga. Brahmanya bhivyaktakarani yoge. पृथ्व्याप्यतेजो अनिलेखे समुत्थिते पंचात्मके योग गुणे प्रवृत्ते न तस्य रोगो न जरा न मृत्यु प्राप्तस्य योगाग्निमयं शरीरम. When the fivefold quality of yoga has been produced, arising from earth, water, fire, and air and space, no sickness, no old age, no death has he who has obtained a body made out of the five of yoga. On attaining this stage, he neither suffers from ailments nor the old age, as also he seldom meets the premature death. The word Prithvyapastejo is used to him to application of Sanskrit elocution, otherwise the word Prithvi Tejo more suitable in nature. So do you understand, a person who has reached a higher advanced stage in yoga will not be affected by any disease, by old age, or by sudden death. In fact, he'll have death in his own hands. Lagutvam arogyam alolupatvam. What are the symptoms of a successful yogi? Lagutvam, being light. Arogyam, being healthy. Alolupatvam, is not dependent or addicted to anything. Varna prasadam, good color. Swarasaushthavam cha, good voice. Gandhashubho, good smell. Mutrapuri the excretion and urination will be very reduced. Yoga pravritti pradhamam vadanti. These are the first symptoms of successful yoga practice. What are those? Lagutvam, arogyam, alolupatvam, lightness, healthiness, steadfastness, clearness of countenance and pleasantness of voice, and sweetness of odor and scanty excretions. Yathaiva bimbam hridayopavintam tejomayam bhrajate tatsusatantam tadvat tadvatmatattvam prasamikshadehi ekakritardho bhavati vita shokaha. So once he realizes the self, he becomes free from all miseries. Vita shokaha, kritardha. He will become fully successful in his life. Prasamikshadehi ekaha. He sees one soul becoming one in many. Even as a mirror stained by dust shines brilliantly when it has been cleaned, so the embodied one, on seeing the nature of the soul, becomes unitary, is end attained from sorrow free. Yadatma tattvena tu brahma tattvam deepopa teneha yuktah prapashyet ajam dhruvam sarvatattvair vishuddham jnatva devam pramunchate sarvapashaihi. After knowing the soul, Atman, he will know the God, Deva. Atma tattvena chu brahma tattvam. Brahma tattvam will be known after Atma tattvam. Deepopameneha yukta prapashyet. Just like the nature of the self, as with a lamp, a practitioner of yoga beholds here the nature of Brahman. From the Atma Jnana, he gets Brahma Jnana. And he will be ever free. Muchyate sarva pashai, bondages, all bondages, pashas are bondages. He will be freed, released, liberated from all fetters. Esho na deha pradiseshu sarva purvo na jata saugarbhe antah esho ha deva pradishontu sarva purvo ha jata saugarbhe antah sa eva jata sa janishyamana pratyagnaste tishtati sarvato mukha yo devo gno yo apsu yo vishwam bhuvana vivesha yo oshadhishu cha yo vanaspatishu tasmai devaya namo namaha. So that God faces all the quarters of heaven. Aforetime was born, and it is within the womb. He has been forth. He will be born. He stands opposite creatures, having his face in all directions. The God who is in fire, who is in water, who has entered into the whole world, who is in plants, who is in trees, to that God we adore. Yes, we adore. So that is the end of chapter 2 of Shvetashvatara Upanishad. Tomorrow we will continue chapter 3 and chapter 4. And chapter 5, chapter 6 will be continued maybe tomorrow and after. Okay, then we'll close now. Om Jao Shanti Antariksham Shanti Prithvi Shanti Rapa Shanti Roshadaya Shanti Vanaspataya Shanti Vishwe Deva Shanti Brahma Shanti Sarvam Shanti Shanti Deva Shanti Sama Shanti 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 Shanti.
Bhushan sir, is there anything for discussion, sir? Sir, please tell me, sir, is there anything for discussion?
Nothing.
Any problem? Sir?
We'll meet tomorrow.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.